go.
Hello, I'm Tyler Lepkitz, owner of 5150 Chocolate Company in Delray Beach. We're a bean-to-bar chocolate manufacturer. We specialize in all sorts of specialty cacaos with different cacao from all over the world. And we do a little bit of everything, as you can see here. There's some solid chocolate sculptures that come in. Yeah, those are all pretty solid. Good and standing. This one's a couple Christmases ago, so they last too, you know?
Yeah.
Have plenty of chocolate here on hand always. So this is the finishing room. This is kind of where all the detailed work goes, temperature controlled, where kind of more delicate stuff goes down.
Cool.
Some of our ingredients, products, pre-packed, ready to go. All of our bars and stuff for wholesale, as you can see here. These are our molds here, so like everything's polycarbonate, everything's molded by hand.
Nice.
Our wall of chocolate here, Cafe. So this is all, we are a certified organic factory as well, so you can see conventional up here, and then the organic has to be separated.
Right.
This is just kind of the loading room, if you will, but if you step in here, you won't get locked in. So this is where all of our beans come in. So cacao from all over the world, once again segregated from organic, non-organic, but it's all organic.
What am I smelling? Is that bean?
That's the beans, yeah. So that's the fresh beans. They're all fermented, so that slight acidity is just from the acidic acid left over from the fermentation. And as you can see here, this is kind of how we receive these. And since we make everything from scratch, we don't need to add any preservatives or anything. So in our chocolate, it's literally just cocoa beans and sugar. That's it. So it's just this, sweetened with a little bit of sugar. So we keep it as pure as we possibly can.
Cool.
Some pre-sorted stuff. We have to sort through everything by hand. So here's some stuff that's already been sorted.
And what are you sorting for?
Sorting for rocks, sticks, stones. We found like all sorts of crazy stuff. We found like Spanish love letters, sharp objects, bullet
Finger?
casings. Like,
Find a finger?
Not yet, not yet. One day, probably.
Alright.
But as you come in here, this is our sorter. So this is what helps us sort the cacao. Has some strong magnets and some different things that we've kind of customized to make it work faster. But basically, the whole thing vibrates. Beans trickle down, and someone's got to sit here and just pick through it manually. So it takes about a full day to just sort through one batch of what we make here. And now we're coming into the roasting room. So most of this stuff wasn't actually intended for chocolate manufacturing, since we're actually so small as a chocolate manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of stolen from the coffee industry. We had it custom made from us from raw sheet metal, actually.
Wow.
And we were able to help program and make everything work for cacao.
Wow. So that machine doesn't exist outside of your shop?
No, not really. He started making some now for cacao because there is a market for it now. So it's kind of like, you know, we started the blueprint more or less with this guy, and he has a whole nother business side to it.
Cool.
Another machine we use to actually take the shell off the cacao, similar to how you would winnow wheat.
Mm-hmm.
So another kind of like, everything's kind of manual. You're doing everything. You're controlling airflow with little dowels. We have like very little automation here. And then the beans come through, classified in different sizes.
And they're coming in from this tube here?
So this tube, actually, this is the vacuum that sucks all the waste out, which would
gotcha.
actually
Okay.
equate to, let's see what we have here, this stuff. So that's actually just a pure shell that we don't really have much of a use for.
Mm-hmm.
So we just, breweries will take it. We give it to gardeners for compost and stuff like that.
Cool.
It smells good. It smells really good. And then we start getting into refining the liquid chocolate. So we pre-grind all those cocoa nibs basically in this giant food processor. We have cold and warm water coming in and out so we don't squirt things. Another stolen machine from a different industry. This is actually originally made to used to make a concrete mix. So it's a bunch of BBs in there that the center shaft spins. Basically, this crushes everything and liquefies the nibs. Where we pump everything over and we go into here, if there's still a little bit of chocolate in there. And that's actually, there's no sugar in there. That's literally just the liquefied cocoa beans, no added cocoa butter or anything. And from there, go into here, which is a 3-roller refiner I can turn on for the So this was originally, they make mainly cosmetics, lipsticks, inks, and stuff like that on this. And it turns on. So basically, you just pour the chocolate in here, it goes through, and basically smooths out all the sugar.
It does, say again, it does what?
It basically flattens all the sugar and smooths the sugar out. So since basically like sugar will never dissolve in fat, we have to crush the sugar down to a size that you can't detect it on the tongue.
Gotcha.
And that's around like 12 microns. The human hair is like 56 microns. So you're talking about like
Wow.
pretty fine. So we usually have to pass it through here twice actually. And then the final step, this would come to be almost like a decanter would be to wine. So this is where we develop all the flavor. We get a lot of the acidic acid out of the batch, which is left over from fermentation. Chocolate's very acidic when it's raw. So we usually cook it in here anywhere from 24 to 72 hours to fully develop the flavor.
Cool.
Yeah. If all goes well, we have chocolate. Can't mess it up, which we often do. And then some vintage stuff here too. So old Melander.
Is that just for looks, or do you actually use
So
it?
looks, it does work. We have it all rigged up with a new motor.
Right.
Basically, the only thing that spins is this. Just the problem is it's so heavy. The machine itself weighs over 8,000 pounds because it's almost that marble slab is almost
Right.
under here.
And that's, it just grinds the,
It just grinds everything. So basically, the only moving part would be the base. And then with this wheel, you just lower these down on the chain. Each one of these weighs about 800 pounds. And it just grinds everything.
cool.
But yeah, we used to use it, but we blew a bearing and it took a little.
Yeah.
So we have this one that's a lot smaller, but it's more modern. It actually does the trick a lot better.
Cocoa Town, is that like Flavor Town?
Pretty much, something like that. And then some old lab stuff for flavor development. A little bit of everything.
Cool. And this is what we are hoping to create.